deepest to darkest secrets.
It's Queen City Confessions with Miguel and Holly. Hits 96.1.
If you want to get your confession in, make sure you text it to us. You're going to be anonymous. Put the word hits with your message and send it to 96893.
Here's the first Queen City confession. Kid warning. I think people would be shocked if they knew this about me and my husband. Everyone sees us as this super buttoned up, disciplined couple. We meal prep, we go to the gym, we're in bed by 9, we don't party. Except for 1 week every year, we go on a swinging cruise.
Oh, boy.
It's the only time we open up our marriage. It's like a totally different world that we step into. Then we come back to our regular lives in Pineville like it never happened. No one in our friend group has any idea. And if they found out, I think they'd be absolutely floored.
That's a good confession.
That's what I'm looking for right there.
That's a good confession. Nobody's hurting nobody else. I mean, wow. I'm always curious, like, what made you decide to go that route? Like, how did that conversation come about? You know?
That would be a good question if you'd be willing to volunteer your answer. If you are in the lifestyle, how did it come to be?
Right.
Text hits in your message to 96893 and we can always keep you anonymous. Here's another Queen City confession. I'm starting to think I've outgrown my best friend, and I hate admitting that. We've been close for over a decade, and honestly, a big part of our friendship was always the gossip. She always has the best tea. Work drama, family messiness, mutual friend scandals. I lived for it back in the day. But now I got kids, a career, a husband, and every time we talk, I walk away feeling drained. She still lives for the drama, but I've realized that that's the only real bond we had, the gossip.
That's one of those hard life truths, you know? Not everyone is meant to go the distance with you for your whole life. People, it's cliche, but it's like, you know, there's a reason, there's a season or a lifetime of people. And sometimes we think the people that are our forever people are actually seasonal. And that's just one of those hard things where you're like, you got to break up with your friend.
That was a hard realization for me a few years ago, where there was a couple friend that my husband Abe and I were friends with, and with one of the guys, we were single together, then we both got in relationships around the same time, and I was like, oh my gosh, we're gonna like hang out and all these things, and then over a year they just drifted apart.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, that was the season that we were supposed to be friends. We needed each other for that moment.
Yeah.
And now he's gone off, and you know, on birthdays we say happy birthday, and that's about it.
It's just unfortunate when one person like doesn't see that it's ending.
Right.
You know, they're like thinking everything is the same, and you're like, I've changed.
But listen, I'm all about the petty and the drama. So if you want to pass me their information, I'll be friends with them.
Take it. Miguel will slide right into your spot.
I'm not above it. All right, here's the last Queen City confession. I haven't told my wife yet. I lost my license. It wasn't one big incident. It was a slow build of speeding tickets over the last 2 years. She always warned me to stop treating 77 like a racetrack, and I just never listened.
Oh my gosh.
Now it's caught up to me. License suspended. I've been Ubering to work and blaming car trouble. She depends on me to help with the kids and errands, and I know when she finds out, I might be dead.
How long do you think you're going to be able to hide this?
Not very. Not very.
You put a Band-Aid on a bullet hole, my friend. Like, what? That is... I feel for your wife.
Yeah.
When you have to get the news that your significant other has not held up the weight. Because like it's not just like, oh, you know, shame on you. You should have slowed down. Like now you're impacting the whole family.
Right.
Ooh, oh, gosh, goodness gracious.
Just
Good
go
luck.
ahead and rip the Band-Aid off. But, you know, if you want help telling your wife.
Miguel, do you see listening right now how he said he about the drama? Do you see how it works?
Listen, I'm not lying when I say I'm here for the messy.
If you want to confess to your wife on the radio in front of Charlotte and beyond,
right,
we'd be happy to help.
Listen, we're just here to soften the blow for you, okay? If there's a confession you want to get off your chest, you can always text HITS and that secret to 96893. All right, it is 7:14. What are you watching with the whole family right now? Because I'm pretty sure you're not watching The White Lotus with your 11-year-old, okay?
Oh my Please don't. If you are, by the way, they don't need that. Okay, they don't. I'm going to tell you
No.
right now.
Well, Holly found the surprisingly wholesome show that everyone in our household is obsessed with.
Yep.
And it might be one that you're sleeping on, but what's your go-to family binge? Call us up 1-844-HITS-961.
1-844-448-7961 or text HITS with your message and send it to 96893.